Artist Production.
Well, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Talk Spot Live After Show. I am Cookie Maddox, and y'all see who I have with me. I got some of my crew, not all my crew, but guess what? Y'all, we ready. And we got something dope. I'm talking about something so dope for y'all today. So y'all know how I do when I open up. I always have to give my co-host an opportunity to give their salutations of the morning. And let's talk about what they got going on, what they've been doing. And then we're going to get into this dope show. Okay? So what's going on with you, Tim? We're going to go with you.
What's up, world? It's Millennial Coach TC, and this morning I just want to talk to y'all, motivate y'all, inspire y'all, teach y'all, whatever I got to do to get y'all up this morning. But as far as going on, I'm just living, growing, grinding. My word for this year is growth. So every day, that's what I do. Take one day at a time to grow. So yeah, that's what's up with me.
And that's the baby of the crew, y'all. That's the baby of the crew. Listen. All right. So Q, what you got going on this morning?
Happy to be hanging out with you guys.
Dang.
Another good morning. Not too much, yo. We've been working. I've just started grad school again, the last semester of grad school this week. So thank God, I'm ready to get up out of there, yo.
Thanks.
Yeah, I want to make music full time. I went ahead. I started a label, so I went ahead, just got the LLC. My logo is getting done now, and yeah, we want to move as a unit from now on. So yeah.
That's what's up. And of course, y'all know what I've been doing. I do my book. So for y'all out there, y'all know that I self-published a book in December of last year. So I've mostly just been, doing a whole lot of networking and trying to, push this message out there. And in lieu of that, we've been trying to come up with some hotness on this show for y'all. And pretty soon here, I'm getting ready to launch my new season of shows on iHeartRadio with the Talk Spot Live presents Dear Coach Cookie, #A-Beautiful-Mess. So that's what I have going on. So again, I just wanted to say, good morning to y'all. And send some love out to our co-host. I want to put this out there, y'all. T-Rob is at home healing. He injured himself yesterday. So he went from, grieving the loss of a loved one to injuring himself yesterday. So he's out. And of course, he's out there handling business. He took a leave of absence. He got some things he has to handle. But you know what? We don't still have a dope show, though. We still gonna run it. You still got Kate, you know what I'm saying? You got Tim, you got LQ. We're gonna handle our business. But before we go anywhere, before we do anything, y'all see I'm in my 70s. I had to bring the fox fur out, the pearls. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? We celebrate, y'all. Y'all, we got a black, a woman of color, African American, whatever y'all want to call it, y'all. We got a African American woman in the White House, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
White House.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not understand how that all of us feel, but me as a woman of color, to know that in the White House right now is a woman and she looks like me. Same complexion and everything, but she looks like me. And that makes me feel freaking amazing, y'all. So of course, this show I had to pull out my fox fur, pull out my beads. I had to go my grandmama, them old.
You got the chucks on.
Come out and they, and they celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I had to put the pearls on for VP Kamala Harris. I had to pull out my fox fur, and you know, all pretty.
You got the chucks on. You got the Converse on too.
Oh, you know, I don't have a Converse on. I don't have, you know, I don't have the ones. I mean, I could have put on them royal blue ones or them gold ones, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
She flexing. She flexing.
I ain't got but two colors. Y'all, for y'all that are tuning in, thank y'all so much. So let me just go ahead and get into this show. Today, y'all, we want to talk about the alpha woman. We want to talk about how do we protect the alpha woman. And what do we mean by alpha woman? We're talking about the strong woman. We're talking about that woman who can stand on her own, that woman who don't, well, in a sense, she needs something, but she don't really need much. She's making decisions out here. You know what I'm saying? She's a boss in her own right. And she can come into a relationship with a man and change his whole life because who she is and what she represents for herself and for him, it can either make him greater or it can break him. But that's not what we do as alpha women. And I say we. Notice I said we because I feel that I am an alpha woman. But specifically, we wanted to talk about the alpha woman from a perspective of also incorporating submissiveness into it. Before we started the show, when we were in the back, Tim and I were having a really interesting conversation about his ideas of submissiveness. Mm-hmm. Now, I think it's interesting because he's a millennial. Okay, Q and I were over the age of 30. Yep, I'm telling our age. But Tim is our baby of the show. He's a grown man, but he's our baby of the show. And it's always interesting to talk to you, Tim. It is always interesting to get your perspective of a lot of these conversations that we have, to get it from a millennial perspective, because, you know, we judge y'all. Mm-hmm. We sit around and we often we say things like y'all feel like y'all are entitled. Y'all don't know, you know, where the pee-pee hole from the boo-doo hole is at. You know, we talk. We don't give y'all enough credit. And then once we brought you onto the show, I think a lot of us was swallowing our words because we had to realize that there are some of y'all in your, you know what I'm saying, in your time that are smart. Y'all out here, you know what I'm saying, thinking with y'all heads, you know, y'all got some good head on those shoulders. Yeah. You know what I mean? So before we go any further, I wanted to read. I found a meme, and that's what we're basing our conversation off of, y'all. And it's entitled Alpha Submissive. Now, I don't know who the author is. It's unknown at this point. So I don't own the rights to this poem. But however, I wanted to kind of give y'all the background of where we're going with the show today. Because this is a dope and deep subject, especially with the emergence of strong Black women of color, African-American women emerging from the ashes right now and kind of, you know what I'm saying, putting our feet down and standing on our own and our presence now being relevant all over the world. You know what I mean? More so now than ever, because it's not like it hasn't happened, right? Like we've got Oprah, we've had people to come along, you know what I'm saying, in history as strong Black women and make their presence be known and relevant, and they're all in history. But right now, this is such a momentous time, and we've seen so much since 2020, whereas we as Black women are coming under attack for being strong Black women, taking our place in this world and you know what I mean, exuding our dominance is causing us problems out here. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about was how, as a Black man out here, do y'all protect the strong woman, the alpha woman? But before I go any further, let's go. Let me go through this meme that I saw and read it so you guys can kind of see the basis of where we're going today. So it's titled Alpha Submissive. It reads, a strong, confident female who is often sarcastic because she's powerful and playful. an alpha submissive. She's an intellectual problem solver who is often misunderstood by beta and lesser males. She's a loner, never runs in a pack, and is her own boss in her own way. She controls every aspect of her life to the rest of the world. However, will drop to her knees and devote her life for the love of her dominant. That's deep. That's real deep, y'all. That's deep.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I feel like it's honestly, man, in an ideal world, right? It's the same thing in reverse roles. But that's me. That's me speaking now at 31 and my ideals of submissiveness. Because I look at it now and in context of looking at like a wife, a future wife, whatever the case, I don't need someone who's super submissive, because I need you to be grinding just as much as I am. We can get a maid. I don't need you at home cooking and cleaning and do all this stuff. Like, let's get out here, let's get this money. We can get a maid service for about $102. But yeah, that's absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I think that's spot on as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, me and you was talking before the show about submissiveness. And I think that is an alpha submissive woman. I know a couple. So, women are very much more independent now. I think that it's not the 60s and 70s no more where it was normalized for women to just stay home and be with the family. Women are like, it's statistics. Women are the number one. Well, black women are the number one entrepreneurs now. So you gotta, just tip your hat to women now, because the perspective of need as in a man, as far as financially, is that's gone. Now, probably emotionally, women are emotional, natural creatures. So I say emotionally, but as far as a woman need a man, as far as like the 60s and the 70s, as in financially, where they just stay home and they ain't doing that no more. So I feel like men have to raise their standards to meet up. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring some more to the table than the 60s and the 70s. So I think that quote is very spot on.
Look at the baby. Q, look at the baby. Oh, look at the baby. That was so dope, Tim. You hit it right on.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have been known to be, I've been considered, and I am considered an alpha woman because of my personality setup, the way I handle business, and how I've had to groom myself into becoming, because I was out on my own. I was out on my own since I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I had to adapt to being able to stand on my own feet. So as life progressed for me, I started picking up certain life skills. I started, having to adjust to the circumstances around me at different levels of my life, which groomed me into the woman that I had to become. It made me responsible. I was pregnant by senior year in high school. You know what I mean? So I came out of high school with somebody dependent on me. So I had to either make a choice. Either I was going to sink or I was going to swim. Either I was going to parent or I was going to hand him off, you know what I'm saying, and allow somebody else to do it. And because I took the responsibility of the decision that I made to have a baby, to get pregnant, I feel that he started it out for me to where he started pushing me into my personality and who I was going to become. And I became an alpha. I became strong. I became dominant in everything that I did because I had to take care of myself. I didn't have nobody taking care of me. I didn't have nobody that I can run to and say, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? I had to live life on my own terms. So that made me strong. But here's the problem with that. And that's going to lead into us talking about submissiveness and what submissiveness means. Because Q, you said it, Tim, I kind of got your idea, but I want it to be conveyed here on the platform. How do we identify or what is the translation of submissiveness? You understand what I'm saying? For me, being an alpha woman, I am an alpha submissive. And from my perspective of submissive, meaning that, yes, I have I'm strong. I'm strong. I can do a lot of things on my own.
Yeah.
I've been doing things on my own since I was 16 years old. Okay. I'm every woman. That's how I put it. I'm every woman. But in that, I am considered an alpha woman because I can stand on my own, even in my worst, even at my worst. You understand what I'm saying? People that know me can agree that I basically stand on my own. Okay. But however, even though I'm very strong-minded and strong-willed,
Mm-hmm.
in the presence of my dominant, meaning my better half, my man, my husband, I am ready to basically submit and become a partner now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to allow him to come in and take his place as my king, as my partner, and respect him as such without trying to be overbearing, without trying to dominate him,
Yeah.
without emasculating him, you know what I'm saying, without making him feel inferior, as if because I earned the right to be alpha, you're not gonna tell me what to do. You not, you know what I mean? I don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that's what we want. Tim, you hit it on the head. We are emotional creatures. Different aspects of emotion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of us are a little bit more emotional than others. But still, we require to be connected through emotion.
Correct.
And that's where the submissiveness comes in. I feel on this poem, this meme, the alpha submissive. That's me. Now, I want to ask the two of y'all before we go any further, what does submissiveness mean to you?
Okay. Well, for me, I know submissive means to trust a person lead, which means from this aspect, an alpha woman and an alpha male, but you both have to be submissive to each other. So you have to give each other something to believe in to be submissive. You got to be able to trust each other, lead in their decision making. Because when you a man and you meet a strong woman who don't need you for financially or anything really, as like I said, in today's world with social media and entrepreneurship, everybody doing entrepreneurship. That's the new wave. Nobody want to work anymore, really. So when you meet another woman who's doing the same thing that you doing, and you can't really tell her anything. So when she gives you the opportunity to come into her life, you have to connect emotionally, and you got to connect spiritually and mentally. And to do this, like I said, as a man, you got to give her something to believe in so she can be submissive to you. Yes. So when a woman sees that you have great decision making, as I like my videos, being decisive, being confident, being assertive, all these things is great qualities within a man. So when a man gives this lady something to show for, to be submissive, then it's no reason why the two of you can't trust each other, and vice versa. You know, the woman have to give the man something to be submissive to as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to say, you need to be a wife before you're a wife, and you need to be a husband before you're a husband. And this takes part in me knowing, can I trust you? Can I trust your lead? Yes. Because I don't know everything, and I need help. Even though I got everything on my own, we still need help no matter what. So when that comes into place, can you help me in whatever areas is my weakness? Everybody have weakness. So for this woman or this man, can you help me grow in this area that I don't not so good with? Even if it means something small like committed to taking out the trash or cutting the grass. Can you help me out in that area as a man? You know, because I think that's very important, especially when you talk about being submissive. You have to be submissive. Like that's the only way that's going to work, because submissiveness in today's world is so messed up with controlling this, and that's not submissive. That's dictatorship.
Say it,
So
baby.
you have
Say
to
it.
learn that submissive is not controlled or to be controlled. It's to trust each other, decision making, and lead. So that's my point of view as a submissive alpha woman and alpha male.
And partnering, right? So what
Yeah.
I get from you is that you agree with me. Like I have a friend, very special friend, who basically gave me the idea of submissiveness as the man and the woman have to submit to each other in order for it to work. And when I say you just hit it on the nail, that was his explanation of it. You know, in translating, it's like we have to be willing to like lean on each other. It's not a control factor. It's more of a leaning on each other. We make joint decisions. We jointly love each other. We jointly share our emotions. We jointly, you know what I mean, depend on each other, because one of us is going to be here one day and the other one's going to be here. And then it's going to flip flop and it becomes a joint submission. And I'm going to be honest, until he said that, I fought with that, because the way we were raised was that submissiveness per the Bible, it kind of looked like control. Like the man has to control the woman. She has to let him make all the decisions. She has no say so. She can't do anything but just, yes, baby, no, baby, you know, nod your head and go. And I come from a backbone of strong women. We ain't no weak-willed women in my family. Not on neither side. On either side, we are not weak. We are very strong. So I always conflicted with that, because I've been married in a situation where the mom was old-fashioned and she felt like I was too, what did she say? Too outgoing for her son. Because she wanted me to just, yes, because that's what she did. Yes, honey. Whatever you say, honey. This ain't coming to America. I ain't jumping on one leg and hopping and all that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Now, what I will do is I will spoil you. I will treat you like a king. I will make sure that you never, ever, ever, ever have to worry about ever feeling like you're not a man or that you are not in your rightful place in my life. I will do everything I can to make sure you never feel that way. But I ain't jumping on one leg. I ain't putting my hands out to the side. I'm not going to roof for you. And I might roof for you, but that's a whole nother story. You know, depending on what we got going on, I might hit you for you too. But no, but Q, what is your idea? Because when you made your comment, I like what you said. So I'm interested in what your suave behind submissiveness is.
If I have to, okay, so I'm gonna put my opinion like simple terms: voluntary sacrifice. You know,
I like it,
because it's like, and I'm gonna mention something that you talked about, which is like those joint agreements, right? Those joint decisions, those joint discussions, dialogue. And there's a difference. And oh man, all right. So I'm gonna kind of backtrack and bring it in. I absolutely hate when you date someone new and you're like, yo, what's most important to you? And they're like, communication. Absolutely.
That's important for everybody.
Every aspect of our lives, communication. What aspects of communication? Because what I've learned is that as Black, so I'm gonna do it from here. As a Black male, I was never actually legitimately taught how to communicate with a woman, a Black woman. It was like, you know what I'm saying, the old heads was like, oh man, you know, just treat her good. And like my older cousins who was banging and stuff was like, yeah, just get you about 2 or 3 of them, you know. So it was like, there was no, hey, this is how you do it, this is how you court, this is how you, if something happens, if there's an art or whatever the case, this is how you discuss. And so in learning how to do that, it's an aspect of dialogue, meaning listening. It's like, yo, I'm listening to you. I can say all these things in the world. I can give out these commandments, these demands, and you know, but like you said, like Tim said, that's dictatorship. Yeah. And so it's like, to show you that I care, to show you that I'm willing to submit to you. Cause like as a man, it's like, yo, yeah, like it's easy to have that bravado, especially if you're on top of your game. I got sales in my account. I got Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. You're not about to talk to me any type of way. You're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying my space. You know what I'm saying? I've solidified this. So I absolutely understand how it feels for an alpha woman to be like, what? And I had a kid.
Okay.
A little, you know. So those joint agreements are so important. Those aspects of listening, like the sitting down and being like, okay, cool. This is where I'm trying to be. This is where you're trying to be. Can we build a bridge? Can we build something so that we can both excel and elevate at the same time? And even if we can't elevate at the same time, if one person goes, it's that whole "if I got it, you got it" mentality. So it's like, so it's a dialogue. But I think listening, as far as submissiveness, it's willingness to sacrifice things that you may not, basically like your energy, your time, your energy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and your consideration and willfulness. So like being able to do that.
Yeah, that's good.
Love it. I know, right? Love it. And then, so here we're gonna go into my next point, because here's my next point. So in my experience, because I can only speak from my experience, but having talked to a lot of women, because like I said, I come from a backbone of like, and I say backbone because the backbones of my families were my grandmothers, my grandmama Ethel Hodges, my grandmother Thelma James. You understand what I'm saying? And their moms before them, you know, the women that were in their lives as strong backbones of the family. You know, and coming from that, you know, you experience a lot and you see a lot. And what I've seen and what I've tend to have experienced in marriage, I'm divorced, you know, like going through divorces, you know, is that most men that get an alpha woman like myself or other alpha women that I know, quote unquote, strong women. Let's translate strong women who can stand on their own. You know, they tend to look at us as a threat eventually. They come in and they're like, oh my God, I love the fact that you stand on your own. You know, you driving Mercedes, you got a house, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no cosigner on stuff, man. You taking care of a brother, you cooking, your son, you know, I'm giving y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all truth. Q, you've known me for over 10 years. You understand where I'm coming. You know, and they come in hard charging like, oh, you a man's dream. And then I get that man, or we get that man that said that to us in the beginning. And then eventually they start becoming so busy trying to break the alpha submissive down. They don't realize that when things start changing for them, when things ain't like it was in the beginning, all the excitement is gone. I'm standing on my own feet, but now I'm stressed out all the time. I'm irritated. We arguing, we fighting, we can't get along. I'm not focused on school anymore. I'm not focused on excelling at work anymore, because now all my focus is on the drama and having to defend myself at home, having to defend myself in my relationship. So you don't get the same alpha woman you had in the beginning. Now I look unattractive, because now you're like, I want her back. I want the strong, I want the person I met in the beginning. She's standing in front of you, but you've been so busy trying to break her down that now you're dealing with a reflection of all of the hurt, the pain, the distrust, the trauma, all of the cheating you've done, all of the hitting on her, all of the trying to tell her what to do, all of the sneaking around, all of the using her and taking advantage of her gifts, the money. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all get it. You know, everything that you've done to basically humiliate and break this alpha submissive who was more than willing to come in and be your partner. Allow you to lead from a standpoint of being your partner in this partnership. You've broken her completely down, and now she's unattractive. And now you're going and telling your boys, or you're joking and telling people she ain't who she said she was. Yes, she is. She still is. But what you're getting is a reflection of all that stuff that you did to completely break her down, because who she was started becoming an insult almost to you, and started causing issues for you. So you felt like you had to do what you had to do to break it down and take her off her high horse. So what are y'all feelings about that? Do y'all feel like what I'm saying is that, am I on track? Do you know anybody that's done somebody like that? Were you guilty of doing somebody like that, Tim? I'm looking at your face.
Yeah, like that's true. Because, like I said, I used to be a toxic person, well, toxic boyfriend, partner, or whatever you want to call it.
Admitting that, you know what I'm saying? That's
so
cool.
I know, like, firsthand experience. As like when you in the process, you don't realize what you're doing. It be after the fact, then you start thinking about, dang, I did this, I did that. I know for me, that's how it was for me. I was too close to see the damage that I was doing. So when I got away from it and we evaluated myself, bettered myself, and when I shifted my mindset from unhealthy, toxic to healthy, then I realized, like, dang, I was toxic. Like, and you hear that word get thrown a lot, but it's so true. You can be a toxic person, and I used to be that way. So I know firsthand, like, seeing, like, just breaking her down. And then I know, like, some women will fight so hard to stay in that, and they don't know that the more that you stand in that toxic environment, the more you just continue to break yourself down, and the worse you'll get. And then you'll carry that on into your next relationship, and then it just become a cycle. So I know firsthand, like, that's true. That's very true. So I know, like, that's how I go.
You hit it right on the nail. Q.
You say your word of the year is you said your word of the year is growth, and mine is discernment.
Oh, okay.
It's that's just been the trending thing for me in my life. I'm not gonna say I was toxic, but I love the fact that you admitted the fact. It's like, I did not know.
Yeah,
I was ignorant of, I was unaware of, and that's what triggers us so much. Look, me at 20, I was toxic as hell. But like you said, I was unaware. I'm like, cause I can be very nonchalant in my personality. She knows.
Me too.
And I can be I can appear as if I don't care, as if I'm not listening, and if I recognize that within myself now, because aspect of discernment here, right? If I find myself being nonchalant or not caring or not listening, that means I need to make a decision about this situation or environment with which I'm in. And so, what I'm saying, it's happened before. Date someone as an amazing spark, and then later on, it's like, I really don't care what you have to tell me right now. And that's the reality of it. It sounds rude, but it's like, we are human beings. Our minds and emotions and everything change so sporadic. So it's like, okay, cool. I'm going to use this power of discernment, figure out what's going on with me internally first, and then make that decision on changing. And so we can be toxic, but once you get educated, once you know, okay, cool, I could have did this better. Now it's making a decision on, am I changing for me? Am I changing for my significant other? Or am I just not going to change? And hey, you do your thing, I'm going to do mine. We go separate ways. Like,
both though.
Huh?
You know what I mean? You should change for both, because that's in y'all's both words, and the submissiveness, the aspect of submissiveness, you should change, you understand, for both, because that's what the partnership is.
Yes, if you want to, like, and that's the thing, if somebody, man, in that aspect of submissiveness, like, you gotta want to do it.
You really do.
Do it every day. It's a decision, a group of choices every day. I am about to sacrifice some time and some energy to please my wife today. I don't care what else I do. I don't care if I gotta listen to this work story I done heard about 3, 4, 5 times already about this girl that she don't like. I'm gonna say, what?
Y'all. Philly is in the comments right now, and he is so ignorant. This one gonna say, I ain't changing my toxicity. Philly got issues. He said a lot of women really, he said that there's some beta females and alpha female makeup though. What are y'all talking about?
Okay, look. All right, yo, man, Philly, come in, call in. Yo.
I know, right? He needs to call in.
That's real. Oh my God. Yo, that I have to say it's real, but the same is true on both sides.
Yeah.
Because you will meet, like, you know, a woman can meet a man and go, oh yeah, this dude got his stuff together, blah, blah, blah. I didn't meet her. I met her representative.
Yeah.
Like, let me be honest.
Yeah.
And that is horrible.
But that's on both sides, though.
Yeah,
it is on both sides.
But in a lot of cases, I'm gonna go back to what I said, though.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, when you meet a woman, if she comes off as alpha, like she's strong and she can hold her own, believe it, she can. She can. So to say that she's basically walking around and giving off a facade like she's alpha, but she's really beta or lesser, I'm gonna tell you, it's because, and I just had this conversation with someone yesterday. The thing is that an alpha woman or a woman, period. So let me just keep it real. An alpha woman specifically, when we come into situations and we're with someone who's a beta or lesser, we come in with the intent to change, help you evolve, help you up, and we put you on a pedestal. And doing that, and Philly got issues. In doing that, when we come into the relationship and we want to uplift you and we want to put you on a pedestal, we start losing ourselves. Because now we're not focused on going to school. We're not focused on work. We're not focused on anything other than trying to make sure that we uphold our part of the relationship. And that's quote unquote, I like to say hold you up, because I don't like the word holding you down. Because if I hold you down, then that means I'm not letting you up for air and I'm not letting you up to do what you need to do to elevate. So in my process of it is that I'm trying to hold you up. So I might start neglecting myself. I might start neglecting other responsibilities that I have because you've made it to where you're needy and I have to do all the stuff to build you up. So I don't have time for myself. So now you think I'm a phony. You want the girl that you met, but she's still here. So say, oh, she's, some of them walk around acting, they're beta females and an alpha female makeup, though. That's not really true, because you already know a strong woman when you encounter her now. What?
It's true. I'm saying, like, oh no, I absolutely understand and agree with you. But I gotta give Philly at least a couple of points on this, because at least breaking down the metaphor. Yo, you can appear and you can have everything together financially, for your wealth, for your job, your house, like everything together, but everything internally.
Oh yeah, you can be messed up. Yeah.
Ready.
But am I not allowed to, though? Because guess what? I know men who are not together in here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So am I not allowed
both ways?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I want to touch on something.
I think that's what Philly is hitting on. As far as he said with women, but it's definitely both ways. Here as alpha, but you got some beta mentality. You got some beta traits in you.
We all do.
And I want to touch on something both of y'all saying. Cookie, I know you saying like you want a woman to be woman when she got to hold so much weight, and like ET said, you want a woman to be woman, but you got her doing man things. She can't be full intimacy when she worry about bills because she working 40 hours a week. You feel me? And so that to that point, that is true. Like when a woman, when even just people in general, it's so much working on yourself already. So when you have somebody who not giving in their part and you gotta uphold their weight too, you get to start losing yourself, and then you don't find you ain't yourself no more. You ain't doing your hair no more. You ain't doing your makeup no more and all that. Now he looking at you like, man, where you went? Like, what happened? And then you like, I'm holding me and you up. You know, you need to do your part. And that's why it's called submissive. So we gotta both do our part and cue it. Like what you saying right too. You like so many people in today's world, especially social media, they got this fake facades like perfect. Like I'm this and that. And then you meet that person, they not even who they is internally. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters the most. Success, external success don't matter anymore. Like I said, the way that the world today is with social media, we all seeing foreign cars and big houses everywhere. That's normal
foreign
now.
Foreign men, all that.
Women got to the point. I feel like women got to the point where it's like, hey, I want to fly. Where you go take me to? So it's like that don't even matter.
I'm not gonna let you do that. No, you're not gonna do that.
But that don't even matter in today's world, because when you meet somebody and they have the external things, external only lasts for so long. External only lasts for so long. And it's something I learned from Jay Shetty. It's the 5 types of attraction. You got physical, which is the looks. You got emotional, spiritual, financial, and mental. When you got those 5 attractions, only 2 of them is the first one. You only got 2 when you first meet somebody, and that's physical. That's all the external. Mm-hmm. But when you get to being in an actual relationship with that person, then it's about all of them. Because I gotta be physically attracted to you every day, whether your hair is done or not.
Okay.
Then I gotta be.
We feel the same way about y'all too. So if you have no hand, we got a problem.
Yeah, and then if you ain't right internally, it ain't gonna last long. The relationship won't last long. If you're not connected, emotional, spiritual, mental, you got to have all 5 of them areas locked in to be with each other for a long-term relationship.
Yes.
So both of y'all was right.
What Cookie said, it doesn't have to be perfect, because we all have beta aspects about us. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, know who you are. Like, I'm not about to come out here. Like, I know when I'm out of my league. Let me be honest. Like, and it's kind of weird, because I don't necessarily. It's not that I necessarily believe that anybody's out of anybody's league, but let's be honest. It's like, yo, you got a woman who's making over 6 figures a year. And then you got a man who's probably, you know what I'm saying, still taking care of himself, but not anywhere close to 6 figures. So it's like, first and foremost, I need to approach you different. Because I can still approach you, but I need to come in different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not about, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's a different type of energy. Like, and you said it too, Cookie. It's that alpha energy. You know when you meet somebody who is an alpha, like pretty much right on top. Especially after military experience, you know when you meet somebody, you say, oh, snaps, like, okay, cool. Like, they actually doing something for themselves. So, approaches. I don't know. How does an alpha woman, how does it feel when a man who may not be an alpha approaches you? How do you handle those situations?
Good question. So here's the thing. That I guess I could say that was the case for me before in the past. Being as strong as I've been, I didn't feel like I needed to have that from a man. I felt like me being strong was an incentive for him. I felt like when I came into a situation, if the man did not make 6 figures, didn't have all the degrees and all of that, I didn't go by that. I went by the potential, and I went by the way I felt like I could be of that, how I could best be of an incentive in his life. That's how I looked at relationships, and I still do. Don't get it twisted. Being in a situation that I'm in now, where y'all both know I'm not where I was. I'm kind of recovering and regrouping.
Mhm.
So being that still I have this alpha mentality, I'm in a weak spot in my life in this season because I'm not where I was when I felt like I was thoroughly an alpha woman. There's
Right.
certain aspects of being an alpha woman to me that I don't feel like I'm quite nailing it right now,
Okay.
because things are evolving and things are changing, and I don't give up. You know what I'm saying? I don't quit. You know what I'm saying? Miracles happen every day, and I won't stop. But
Mhm.
when a man approaches me, even now, where I feel like I'm not, with my game, I might not be on top of my game like I was in 2019,
Right.
at the beginning of 2020. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm there, but you got to come correct with me.
Mhm.
And one of the things that both of y'all touched, especially you, Tim, is that, yeah, you can't just come at me, you know what I'm saying, here's the thing, you got to get into my head.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, you got to get into my head. You gotta meet me where I'm at spiritually, or be elevated spiritually. You know what I mean? You gotta, like you said, the 5. You gotta now, because before I did not hold my guns on that.
Mhm.
I literally settled. I did.
Yep.
Before I settled, because I felt like me being as strong as I am, I could be strong for the both of us. I can
Mm.
level us out. So whatever you don't have, I got all that.
Mm.
So
Amen.
I'll just hold us both up. But all I want you to do, and now we're getting ready to transition into that aspect of it. All I need you to do is protect me.
Mm.
All I need you to do is protect me. In my heart and my soul, I want protection. And what do I mean by that? Because that was the question when we all discussed doing this. It was, what does that look like for a strong woman? Because a lot of men be like, you already got this and you already got that. You don't really need it. You don't really need that. That's not true. Because I'm not asking you for the material stuff.
Yeah.
If I'm already coming in and I got my own condo, I got my own cars, I got my own money. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not asking you for more of that,
Mhm.
because I already have that, quote unquote, as a strong woman, if that's your perception of it. What I'm asking you to do is protect me, protect my heart, protect my soul,
Mhm.
protect my spirit, protect me mentally.
Mhm.
And what that looks like, don't have me out here looking like a fool.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't go out here and I'm being loyal to you and you're not being loyal to me.
Mhm.
Don't come home and tear me down and make me feel like crap because somebody made you feel like crap.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's a good one.
Don't go out there and tell another woman that she this and she that and she everything, and come back home and tell me that. Now you got this woman out here laughing at me. And
Yeah.
this woman out here talking crazy about me. My family out here talking crazy about me. Now I'm walking the walk of shame because in most cases, and this is what one of my ex's stepfather said to me, you can always tell how well a man is doing in his life by the woman that is standing by his side.
Mhm.
Because if she is doing what she's supposed to do,
Mhm.
you'll see it all over him.
Yeah.
If he's doing what he's supposed to do, you'll see it all over her.
Correct.
But if we out in public and you got all these indiscretions and you at home tearing me down, and
Yeah.
I know everybody else think you tough, but you ain't tough. You think you strong, but everybody don't know you really a punk. You weak, you this, you that.
Yeah.
If you coming home and you're not protecting me, you're not protecting
Yeah.
me mentally, you're not protecting, you hitting on me, you grabbing on me, you slapping me, you punching me. I done been there, done that. You swinging on me,
Yeah.
and I love you, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure we good. I'm even paying most of the bills in the house. The least you can do is come home,
Right.
massage my feet,
Yeah.
love me and mean you love me.
Yeah.
Go out there and represent us. Go
Yeah.
out there and when these women, you can't stop women or men from being attracted. People got eyes. It's just what we are. You know what I'm saying? But when woman looking at you and she trying to get your attention, the least you can do is defend my honor by letting her know, no, I got something already. I got the best thing at home. I got the best thing, and I'm not trying to lose the best thing. That's how you protect me.
Yeah.
When you're not around me, do those things that you would do in my face.
Yeah.
Or pretend to do in my face.
Yeah.
Come home and care about my soul. Care about my heart. Don't break my heart. Don't hurt my feelings. Don't have these women out here making a fool out of me. Don't let no woman come from me. Don't let your family come from me. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let your family come for me. Don't let nobody, if you see somebody disrespecting me, I ain't saying jump into a fight and now we all locked up. Because 9 times out of 10, if you swinging, I'm swinging too. That's just how I get down. I'm gonna hold my king up to the utmost. We going to jail together. We gonna call somebody and say, hey, you got some bail money because both of us locked up right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I get down. But what I'm saying is, no, I ain't saying go out there and make a fool of yourself and fight. I'm saying if you see I'm being disrespected, tactfully step in and defend my honor. Remove me from the situation. Pardon me, guy. This is my woman.
Yeah.
Don't have me standing out here about to get into a fight with a whole dude and you standing there talking about, let's just walk away. Let's just walk away. And they got walking behind us. Like you gotta say something because he's not gonna stop until you say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me feel like a fool. Don't do it. And that's how you protect a strong woman. Because my thing is, and I know I'm gonna let y'all get in, but y'all know I'm passionate about this. This is the t-shirts that I have. Don't tell me you love the fact that I'm a strong woman. I'm an alpha woman. But then you out here treat me like I'm some weak will beta or less. And I'm not saying that a beta or a lesser woman, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that they're different from who I am. But I've worked hard at whatever it was I had to do to get into the position that I am that attracted you and made you feel like you ain't got to work that hard because I already got that. So where's the balance? Remember that submissiveness, that equal submissiveness we're talking about. That's how you protect me. You do your part. You be submissive from the angle that you supposed to be submissive from. And Philly, I hear what you're saying because Philly's like, well, what about the women with work husbands though? It's the same. Vice versa. It's the same. You should not have to be a man, strong, whatever strong is in your interpretation, holding the family up, working, busting your behind, and doing everything that you need to do to make sure that your home and your family is okay. And you got to come home to a woman who ain't cleaning up the house, who ain't keeping herself looking good, whatever good is in her translation or your translation of it. You shouldn't have to come home to a nagging wife.
No.
Facts.
Who's
That's
nagging
correct.
and everything she can complain about. You shouldn't have to come home and be stressed out at work and then be stressed out at home by your woman. It's vice versa. It's the same way.
Correct.
And I'm finna take it even further than that. It ain't got nothing to do with us being alphas. It got everything to do with respect. It got everything to do with joint submission. It got everything to do with if you love me and you say you in love with me, why you stressing me out like that? Nothing's going to
that's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Part of that submission is associating your home with an establishment and a foundation of peace. Like you have to.
Yeah, and something I want to get into on that point is, well, a couple points I got is I watched this interview with Nikki Giovanni, and I actually made a video about it where she said, she was talking to the man and she said, why do you lie to everybody else but me? And she wasn't saying lying as in, you know what I'm saying, being unhonest. She was saying, why do you go to work, you smile in all these people's faces, lying to them like you happy, and then you come home and because you so angry at these people, you take it out on me, and now you breaking me down. You know, and that was so true. And that was so true, man. When I heard that, I was like, ooh, I like that. And I had to make a video about it because
that's some
it
good
was so
stuff.
Great. And then another aspect I want to get into it is just for a man, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's vice versa, you know. And being that means we both have to, like you said, hold each other up. You have to be, like you said, when you ask people what's the number one thing about a relationship, the normal answer is communication. But to me, because I used to say that, but now my number one answer is commitment. So that means no matter what, that includes communication, faithfulness. It includes all those things that they listed out as in these top keys in relationship. It all starts with commitment. If you committed to me, you will do whatever needs to be done to fix whatever is wrong. You'll be, you know what I'm saying? When you committed, you'll do whatever needs to be done to keep me happy. When you committed, you'll be 100% faithful. When you committed, you'll trust me. When you committed and you're in public, you won't have me looking stupid or embarrassed. That's all falls under commitment. So and like my quote is, you can't attach emotions to commitment, because people who attach emotions to commitment only will be committed when they feel like being committed. And so you can't do that. So I agree with both of y'all on that aspect that it all starts with commitment.
You better say that, millennial coach TC. Yes, you hit it right on the nail, because that's exactly from a perspective of you're answering your question completely out, Q. From the perspective of a strong woman, that's what we feel. Because a lot of times, let's keep it real, I'm not attacking y'all, but men, y'all are both men, tell me if I'm wrong, y'all attach y'all's emotions to commitment and vice versa. Women, whether we strong or not, we don't attach our commitment to our emotions. When we go in and we committed, a lot of us are loyal and committed to a flaw. And we want to meet the man who equally matches that, who's not tying his commitment to his emotions. And that, as a strong woman, has been my fear. I'm real transparent. One of my fears, because that's what I've had to deal with. I've had to deal with, in the past, the man who tied his emotions to his commitment. So when he started tripping and he started seeing a reflection of all that he was putting out, he started feeling different. He started feeling some kind of way. And in feeling some kind of way, guess what he did? He started treating me like crap. And now all of a sudden he ain't committed. He done cheated on me, doing all these things he ain't got no business doing. He's going out, as we all stated, making me look like a fool and telling other women he loved them, they fine, and my wife at home and she don't know what she got, and I got a girl and she don't look nothing like you. I'm at home tired as hell. You done put me through all this stuff, and all this is a reflection of what you've done. Now you're feeling different. But the whole time you doing all this to me, I'm still committed. The whole time, my feelings, I'm mad at you. I feel pain. I feel hurt. I feel destitution. I feel abandoned. But guess what? I'm still holding on to the relationship. I'm still holding on to the marriage. I'm still trying to hold on to that. I'm committed and I'm loyal to a flaw, because my emotions and my commitment level and my loyalty are not attached to each other. Exactly. I have it in check. Now there are women who are like that. There are men who are like that. There are some women who attach their emotions to their commitment, because if they don't feel like you paying enough for this Birkin bag, or if they don't feel like you got enough money in your pocket, or if you lose some money, you in the money, and then something happened and y'all take a hardship, and now all of a sudden she's feeling like she can't get the things that the jewelry she was getting before, she can't go on the lavish trips that she was going on. She feels like you can't fit all her need, you can't commit to basically giving her all her needs. Now, her feelings change. Now she's trying to go find her the next sugar daddy, or the next, cake daddy that's gonna come and give her all of that so she can fall in love with him too. I got that. I will give y'all that. Transparently, I will give y'all that. But then you have those of us who want to stand on our own feet, who want to come to the table and stand on our own. We just want y'all to protect us. We just want y'all to protect us and say you committed and loyal, and be committed and loyal. Don't attach your emotions to it. And I'm gonna say this. Can I be honest with y'all real quick?
Yes.
I have been told that I can come off like that sometimes. Very transparent moment. That I can come off as, when I feel like I'm being cheated on, or I'm feeling insecure, or I'm feeling doubts, I can tend to be like, all right, it's over. I can't. I'm gonna be transparent. I have done that before, out of fear of just feeling like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. I'm scared. I feel like you lying to me. I feel like you cheating on me. I feel like you spending time with other women. I feel like you doing other stuff. And in my head, I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I don't even want to go through this. You know why? Because I'm trying to protect my heart. I don't want to be hurt because I done been hurt before. So I'm guilty of doing that. But not because it's not from the aspect of what you said, Tim, because it's connected. I'm scared. And I feel like if I stop it now before I get completely in, I can preserve some of my feelings. I can preserve some of my pride. I can preserve some of my dignity if I just walk away and let you go on out there and do you. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had commitment issues. I really did. I had commitment issues. That is why I stayed single for most of my life. Because I had commitment issues, because I felt like I was committed to a flaw, and because I couldn't get it, I had commitment issues. So it was a struggle for me getting into certain relationships because I was like, I'm going to cheat on you. I'm going to wind up probably cheating on you. Not that I did. Okay. Not that I did, but in my head, it was like, I'll probably cheat on you because the minute I start feeling like you're not giving me what I want and you're not feeding my soul and my heart and my mind the way I need it, I'm going to wonder. Yep. I'm going to start wanting to go and get it from somewhere else. And so because I know I'm going to do that, I'm just not going to be in a relationship. I'm going to stay out here where ain't nobody the owner of me and can't nobody tell me what to do. And can't nobody, I used to say that all the time. Q, I don't know if you remember, I used to say that all the time. I used to be like, ain't nobody the owner of me. You don't own me, because I had commitment issues, because I was afraid that if you didn't match what I was given, I was going to probably cheat on you because I'm so committed. I wasn't going to leave. Here it is. Because I'm so committed to you, I'm not going to leave. I'll just go step out, get what I need, tap into it, come back home and hold you down. But because I didn't want to be that type of person, I just stayed single for most of my life.
Right. Which is that's a great decision. I don't think there's anything wrong with that decision at all, because it tells me you know yourself. You know yourself well enough. You know what you want, and you know what you don't want. And that's not to say that we don't make mistakes, because again, we meet people, we get the representative. Everything can be great in the beginning, and then later on you realize this person ain't for me. But I think that's phenomenal advice. Whereas, like, look, if you know that this person is not, or has the capability or potential of not holding your attention, there's no way that you're going to be able to submit to this person later on in a legitimate relationship. So I would stay single. Hey, it was good. We friends. Have a good day. Yeah, it's necessary.
But see, when you start healing, you know what I'm saying, and that's the other part of this, and you know, that's we're talking about the strong Black woman and how do we protect her, but I want to evolve this conversation a little bit. Y'all know we good for doing that on the Talk Spotlight After Show, because there's just so many, you know, there's so many approaches that you can take to a lot of the conversations and the dialogue that we have on this show. Because there's the other side of it, the man, the strong man, like Philly brought up. There's the strong man who can stand on his own, and he has to generally deal with the same things. You know, he's going through issues at work because the strong Black man out here is catching hell too, especially in these different, you know, these different occupations, depending on what they're doing, especially out here during COVID-19, how it has changed everybody's lives, and it has changed the, how can I say, the roles of a lot of the occupations that we're in right now. So you see a strong man who is everything, wants to be loyal, wants to have a woman, wants to take care of his family, but he's out here working, busting his ass, doing everything that he got to do, and has the same fears and has the same desires, and wants to not feel like he has to come home and be at Saigon or dealing with a war in Beirut. At work, already being made to feel less than a man because of the fact that his skin color is what they're using to dictate how they respect him and treat him, not by his profession. And I want to say, as a Black woman, that we, as Black women, in some cases, we don't uphold what we ask y'all for. You know what I mean? We give y'all hell. And sometimes that real strong man that we know, especially if he reveals his feelings to us and feels like he can be vulnerable around us and with us.
Woo, man.
Sometimes,
That's
Talk about it.
yeah. Like
yeah,
me,
sometimes
I
we
feel
as
like
Black
that's
women,
good.
we make a fool out of that Black man. We make a fool out of y'all. We make y'all feel like, what the hell? What was the whole reason for me to allow myself to be vulnerable with you?
Yeah.
When I can have any woman I want, if we're looking at it from a perspective of just having a partner, right?
Yeah.
I just had this conversation recently.
Yeah, that's
You know,
Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
yeah, even that's good.
Ooh, I'm gonna let you go ahead. You get.
Even me, like I feel like I am an alpha male.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm an alpha submissive male though.
I love it.
I know how to, like I told you, I'm a vulnerable person. I know how to be vulnerable, and I don't have no problem with being vulnerable. But it was a time in my life where I wasn't vulnerable. I was nonchalant because I was raised to be an alpha male. I was raised on knowing how to survive as a man. I was raised on that. So I had to learn the submissiveness on my own. So that's how it kind of came into play. Like I was just tough, and I feel like as men, society make us gotta be so tough and grimy and aggressive all the time to where we don't really know how to be submissive. We don't know how to communicate right. We don't know how to be calm. And it was even a time where it had studies where men who is included in competitive sports, they so competitive, they don't even know how to come home and not be competitive anymore because they so stuck in that competitive mindset. They competitive with their partner and they woman when this supposed to be your teammate.
Say it again.
That's how it be. And like I said, men have pressure too. Men have a lot of pressure on them too. Like I said, just trying to fit this perfect box, trying to fit this perfect man box. You gotta provide for your family. You gotta be strong all the time. And then when a woman don't provide that safe space to be vulnerable, because it only takes one time for a man to be vulnerable and a woman don't actually
respond to it,
it can shut them off. But he like, all right, I'm not being vulnerable no more. I'm gonna just be aggressive, nonchalant. I'm gonna be tough. And it happens. And you have to understand, like, your man go through a lot too, especially in this world, like you said, especially this skin color of a man and the frightening and afraidness of
you better say
police officers and all this stuff. Like, I'm not really the politician type dude, but I'm not blind to what's going on, and you see this stuff. And even me, like when I seen the stuff about the Capitol, that I was like, ooh, like that touched me.
Had it been the other way around,
like it touched me deeper because I was like, dang, and that really hurt my feelings when I seen that. So when you're a man in this world and you got a lot of pressure on you by trying to fit this perfect little man box, and we have to get out of that man box as a guys in the world and fellas, we have to try to get out of that box of trying to be this perfect man and just be yourself and just learn how to do stuff the healthy way. That's my purpose, to teach people how to be healthy. This is my main purpose. Yeah.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, he was mad, y'all. He sent me a message. Like, I turned the power off.
Yeah.
The power button is right by the mouse pad, so it's like sometimes I hit it on accident.
It's okay, but we're glad you're back. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna piggyback off you, Tim.
Yeah.
That's why the man that you described, the way you just like prolifically just set that out in front of us. That's why when, as a man, you meet an alpha woman, a strong woman, you got to be willing to embrace her. You got to, because if you handle her based off of how you were handled before, when you decided one time that you wanted to be submissive or vulnerable, and listen to what I'm about to say. When the wrong woman gets her hand on your vulnerability. Did I say that right?
You said it the best of your ability.
Woman gets her hands on your vulnerability. I'm country, y'all. I'm trying.
Me too.
It is not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not.
In the hands of the right woman, your soulmate, your spiritual mate, the woman designed for you, if you put that in her hands, embrace her and allow her to play her role, it'll be the best decision that you ever made.
Yeah.
And you will not and should not feel that you were made to feel like you can't be vulnerable. Because you're right. The society dictates that men have to be strong. And the version of man being strong versus a woman being strong,
two different
it's not even. It is.
Right.
It's not the same. Because with y'all, being strong means you can't mentally show no mental weakness, no emotional weakness. And that's not true. Because men have emotions too. And if you're hurting, you need to be able to confide in your partner and your mate that you're hurting. You need to be able to safely show that hurt.
And then not come off as in, oh, you all your feelings and blah, blah.
Exactly.
What did I do now? Yo, that stuff manifests itself in so many minute ways that is so detrimental to a relationship. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're right, and I hate that I missed it with the computer. You're absolutely right, man. It's like, yo, I want a man who's open. I want a man who can communicate. I want a man who's kind.
That's what I want.
It's considerate, and it's like, but ain't nobody taught me how to be kind.
Yeah.
Taught me how to be sweet, and I'm not. Nobody necessarily has to teach you.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, if you're self-aware. But at the same time, like we need foundations, and we don't have these foundations. So in the aspect of protecting Black women, a lot of times when I saw those memes or those posts earlier in the year, I'm like, okay, I get it, but you're asking a group of blind people to come find you right now.
Wow.
And I'm like, Black women are standing in the middle of the room. Black men are all around and we're in the same proximity. We can't see you. We can't really see you. One, because it's already been proven. The world of Black women is a very quiet world. Black women do not often share stories. And when they do share stories, you got Grammy nominations, you got Emmy nominations, you got all types of stuff when they share legitimate, real stories of Black women's lives. And Black men, it's like we have been separated from Black women, from the Black family, from the nuclear family. And so it's like, yo, protect me. And I'm just like, you know, where? What tool?
How?
And that's what this show is about. Remember, the alpha female, how do we protect her? And I laid that out for y'all on a plate. We want what y'all want because y'all want that too. Whether y'all say it or not, everything that I said I wanted and what Tim, your 5 desires for a relationship, y'all want the same thing. So when y'all get an intuitive alpha submissive who comes into y'all life, y'all got to stop pushing her away. Y'all got to embrace her. Because here's the thing that comes with her, nurturing. Because we all evolve. Nobody's gonna stop. We evolve continuously. We never stop evolving. So no, I'm not coming in to be your mom. I'm not coming in to mother you, raise you, or teach you the foundations of love. No, what I'm coming in is I'm coming in to nurture what it is you already feel, to let you know this is a safe space.
Hold you accountable too.
Exactly. And hold you accountable for the things that you feel or some of the things that you did prior to you getting to me. Because as a strong, listen to me, as a strong woman of color, I would be remiss if I just let you keep walking around with all that mess inside of you and all that toxicity inside of you. Because not only does it hurt me, let's just say if we weren't supposed to wind up being together and you go on about your business to the next woman. I care enough that I don't want you to keep being toxic, not for her, for you. Because if you don't let go of the toxicity, it's going to keep ruining your life. It's going to keep putting you in positions where you're repeating the same cycles. And I care enough about you that I don't want that. So that's why when you get an opportunity to get your hands and your heart and your soul twisted up into a strong alpha submissive. Because not all alpha women are submissive.
Yeah.
Some alpha women, you can't tell them nothing, and they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, and you ain't got nothing on me. You beneath me. Don't come and tell me nothing. No. When you get your hands on an alpha submissive, like myself, because this is what I've been told, that I am an alpha submissive. A lot of people don't know that about me because I don't involve myself in a lot publicly. But when you involve yourself with an alpha submissive as a man, whether you're beta man, a lesser, or a strong alpha man, you got to embrace that strong alpha submissive, because she will not lead you wrong.
Yeah.
She will not. She will teach you. She will teach you. Listen to me. She will teach you how to love her. Yeah. And in teaching you how to love her, you'll start coming into loving her the way she needs to be loved, and teaching her in return how to love you the way you want to be loved.
Reciprocation.
Her to be loved. Say it again.
Yeah. Reciprocation.
To reciprocation. So this is what we ask for. We ask, just keep it real. Don't lie. Don't have us out here looking foolish. Yeah. Don't like you said, Tim, don't go tell everybody a lie.
Yeah.
And then come home and tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Be honest all the way around. If you with me, be with me. If you love me, love me. If you in love with me, show me. Be in love with me. If you want to be my protector, protect me. My mind, my body, my soul, my heart. Mm-hmm. If you got nothing but good intentions for me, exemplify actions. Yeah. Nothing but good intentions.
Good intentions pave negative roads.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here's the thing: nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up one day and can't stand the world, and you ain't gonna be able to stand me. I'm gonna wake up and look at you, and you're gonna be like, ugh. Yeah. You can be like, all day. But doesn't stop us from being committed.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop you from loving me.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop you from being in love with me. Does not change the fact that I'm still the strong ass woman that you fell in love with when you fell in love with all of the qualities that I brought to this relationship. And it goes the same way for men.
Yes.
You wake up and she look over at you and your breath stink and she holding her nose. Get up and go brush your teeth. Because it don't change the fact that you are still the man that provides for her. You are still the man that loves her and loves those children. You are still the same man she can depend on. You are still the same man who can protect her unless you stop doing all of that. Then that is valid. That is valid. And vice versa. If I stop protecting your heart, your soul, and your spirit, and not giving you a safe place where you can be vulnerable, yet strong and loving and endearing, and the man that you need to be for us, not just for me, because you got to be the man you got to be for yourself before you be the man you got to be for me.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand what I'm saying? If you keep doing that, I promise you, we'll get through anything. We'll get through. I don't care what it is. We'll get through it, and we won't break up. We won't have to divorce. We won't have to do none of that. My grandmother told me. Let me tell you. My grandmother told me the difference between and this. My grandmother passed away in 2004. No, I'm sorry, 2022. My dad passed away in 2004. My grandmother passed away in 2002. And before my grandmother passed away, during all the talks that we used to have, my grandmother said that there was a difference between the women of today versus the women back then. Because the women back then, they called them dumb. They said they were ignorant. They said they were weak-willed. They didn't know how to be women because, as you stated, Tim, we didn't have the way that we were being, how can I say it? The way life was being dictated to us back then, we had to basically be weak-willed. That's what society was trying to dictate. However, them were some of the strongest women that we will ever encounter. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why. My grandmother said the difference between us and them was that those women back then, they knew what staying power was. They knew how to separate. They knew what commitment was versus anger. Like you said, Tim, emotion. My grandmother said that. She was like, the man would come home And a lot of people would be like, he out there making a fool out of her. He got 500 different families out there. But here's the thing, and I'm not saying that I agree and that it's right, because here's the thing: you cheat on me, I'm out. I got exes.
As it should be.
You know what I'm saying? But my grandmother said that the man came home and he took care of the house. The thing is, he might have had 5 families, but the main family, the wife, she was taken care of. Yeah. And the other ones, he might have took care of them too. And again, I'm not supporting it. I'm not saying that it's right for cheating and having other families. But my grandmother said they had staying power. They had work through power. Let's work through this. Let's figure out what's wrong and where it's going wrong so that we can correct it and fix it. They were thoroughly committed and loyal to the black man, to their black men. Look at all the women who took beatings and all of the hell that they had to go through during that time frame with Martin Luther King and all of them. And women were being crucified, if not even more, to be honest, because they say the men were. No, look at the history.
I mean,
being just selflessly crucified, allowing themselves to be crucified when they didn't even really have to be. See, that's the difference, because women back then didn't have to be crucified. They didn't have to go to jail. They didn't have to do none of that, because all they had to do was just stay in their house unless they came to the house and burned a cross or came for them.
Right.
Women were selflessly putting themselves in harm's way to protect our black men. And that's why the loyalty of the black man back then, regardless of what he was doing, in my opinion, was a little different than it is right now. Because even though they were being taught, society was dictating to them that they couldn't be strong, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. The man still had a woman at home who demonstrated what real commitment and real love looked like.
Exactly. I mean, look at the case of Martin Luther King and Coretta. The same thing. She had to deal with a lot. There's a lot Martin was out here doing besides saving the world and making the world a better place.
You know, somebody told me that.
Somebody said being fruitful. I'll put it that way. He was also being fruitful and multiplying. But that is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
In every case, it's absolutely correct.
I think Philly trying to call in, y'all. Yeah. Let's see if this is him. Philly.
What's up with the what's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Boy, Uncle Dave with the turtleneck was popping.
What's going on? You all in our comments, yo. What you got on this conversation, Philly?
Man, I'm just saying, I'm mad at you ain't read what I posted.
You posting craziness. You all over the place.
Earlier before, I was just saying, I killed my baby side when my baby mama put me on child support. So once I realized that, I was just like, no, I'm cool.
But why did that hurt your feelings, though, Philly? I'm glad that you bringing that up. Why did it hurt your feelings that she put you on child support? Isn't child support your responsibility for the child too?
No, listen to what I just said. Okay, I said I killed my beta side once I got put on child support.
So clarify. Yeah. I need you to clarify. I need you to elaborate on that a little bit. Okay.
All right, look, this is the. Oh well, first and foremost, before I clarify, what up, Q? What up, Chuck?
What up,
yo?
But what I was saying was basically because I was somewhat toxic.
Me too.
I couldn't really understand the and a lot of it wasn't the fault of my own, but I take a lot of the brunt of it because I was being a beta male. I.e. not taking care of what I was supposed to take care of, doing X, Y, Z, whatever. So once I put on child support, I was like, yo, what's up, man? Like, word? Oh, all right.
Y'all step that game up.
Yo, but so you gotta step up after that. That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's cool
now. so now you the alpha male.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Wow. We so glad that you called in.
I said, nigga, you the reason why I want child support.
You so ignorant. Oh my goodness. But we love you though. We miss you, man. We miss both of y'all. We miss you and T-Rob. We need y'all to come on, man. We got to get it together so we can bring our whole crew back. You know, now we got Tim with us. It's gonna be on and popping, man. Y'all gotta come on.
Yo, Tim was spitting some facts.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fired.
Punch the computer like
Yeah, Tim. That's the little bro. That's our baby, man. He be bringing it. That's why he part of the Talk Spotlight after show, man. We can't get rid of him. We can't.
I know that's right.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I wanted to say some things. My supervisor was looking at me cockeyed and asked
He is a
I'm
fool.
gonna make my employment. I miss y'all niggas, man.
We know you miss us because we can't get rid of you. You all in our comments. You just straight spamming comments right now. I gotta sift through the comments to make sure you ain't the only person saying something. Dang.
Because I ain't got Facebook here, so I only got YouTube.
Got you.
Okay.
So, anyway, yeah, but like I said before, just like you hit it on the head when he commented on it, I was saying there's some beta females with some alpha female makeup on. They put on this front, acting like they got it together, and they really don't. And then once you fall in love and you realize, oh snap, I fell in love with a beta.
Well, you know, you should have got you a Sigma and you wouldn't have had that problem.
Hey.
I win.
No, the first three letters in Sigma is Sig, and that's what you're going to get upside your head.
Whatever.
They get 6 hours in the scout.
We just want to send a shout out to all of our listeners right now. We see y'all tuning in. We ain't getting a lot of traction in the comments, but we see y'all. It's Sunday. We know what's going on. We know some of y'all at church. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all trying to catch us. You know, it's pre-recorded, it's live, but you'll be able to catch it. We appreciate y'all. We see y'all, Richard James. We see you, Reginald Sherman. We see y'all, and we just want to thank y'all for tuning in and keep tuning in and tell y'all people about us. So, Philly, you got to get back to work, don't you?
Yeah.
About that.
Hey, look, y'all gonna get me fired.
No, don't blame us for that. Don't blame us.
I'm trying to build up my little studio and whatnot so I can give y'all extra quality.
Don't blame us for that. If you lose your job, that's on you. But you know we gonna hold you up though. We gonna have your back when you ain't gonna pay no rent or nothing. But you know, that's what. But you got to keep that job, man. You got to keep that job because you got to pay that yourself. You know that tax ain't no joke. You got to pay that yourself, man.
Exactly. You know why? Because I'm an alpha.
I heard that. I heard that.
Right.
I heard that. I heard.
But anyway, look, I love y'all. I gotta go. Yo, Q, keep holding.
Yo.
Brother Tubb. Keep doing what you're doing, brother.
For sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. We love you, Philly. We miss you, man. Talk to you soon.
Peace, yo.
All right, peace.
All
All right, y'all. Y'all got it. So here we are, y'all. We've come to the end of yet another session. You know, I call them sessions because we get in. This one was actually kind of deep. This one was deep. And I must say, Tim, I got to. I'm not trying to put you on blast, Tim, but I got to. And Tim, I'm sure you agree. I'm sure that Philly agree. Tim, I got to say, you held your own today.
For sure.
You held your own today.
Like Philly said, I'm an alpha. I'm an alpha submissive.
I love it. I know you better not. Don't you back now. You are what you are. You
Yeah.
And because of who you are, that's why you part of this family. We
sure.
we appreciate you. We
Proud
are
to be a part of it.
Bring your perspective into. We're able to infuse your perspective into our show. Okay, and we appreciate you. And because of that, I have an announcement to make. We had thought about it and discussed it. So y'all, the Millennial Coach TC is now part of the TalkSpot Live After Show family. He is permanently a part of the TalkSpot Live After Show family. So not only will you be able to catch him doing his thing through his own platforms, he is now joining Cookie Maddox, El Iverson, T. Robinson, Philly as our co-host and part of the show, and you will be able to tune in to his perspectives as we further along our show this year and for all the seasons that we hope to come in the future.
Probably be a part of it.
We are happy to have you. Okay, you held your own today. And Q, of course, you know you be riding with me. Some days I fire you, some days I do. And then I rehire you all over again because you remind me all the reasons why I hired you in the first place. But it's all love. And I am just so ecstatic that y'all were able to hold this show down.
Oh, yeah.
We did it. Minus 2 co-hosts, which we're going to keep it going anyway. But, you know, minus the 2 co-hosts, this conversation we had today, I know, Q, you really wanted this one. You was really excited about digging into this conversation today.
I took a critical race theory course last semester, and it really put a lot of things in perspective for me, just in American society and just as a Black man and for Black women. And we look at it like the societal totem pole, so to speak. Who's at the top of the totem pole? That's basically white men. So that automatically kind of tells you who's at the very bottom. And if we were to reverse those things, reverse those societal standards, Black women will automatically be at the top of that, and women of color, and then women in general, and then everybody else rises. That had been, you know, asking for certain levels of civility this entire time. And so, yeah, this conversation was very important to me, because it was just like, yo, but how? Like, what is it? And it's just like, okay, cool. It breaks down to a matter of integrity. Are Black men being, you know, or do we have integrity towards Black women? And that's like, because I used to be like, yo, it's not, you know, you're like, yo, you know, Black love, and you have to marry Black. That's the only way. I'm like, yo, getting out of all of that. Yo, are you going to hold Black? Are you going to speak up for Black women? And that's what I'm learning what it is. The protection is speaking up. The protection is speaking up for not only Black women today, but Black women of legacy, because it's so much that Black women have had to endure. Remember, I said Black women is like that. It's like a quiet world. Yo, there's like a few books, very few publications that will give you, you know, and Cookie just added to that with her new book. So it's very few publications that will give you the true perspective of what Black women actually think, feel, deal with, go through, perspective, see. So yeah, this conversation was important. And I'm gonna do everything I can to always speak up, not only for Black women, but for Black women's legacy, because it's a lot of things that y'all had to do and go through and sacrifice in order to even be here. It's real.
Yes. And any final thoughts from you, Tim? Because Q, was there your final thoughts? Okay. Any final thoughts from you?
I think what he said was right on spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Black women have endured so much pain since years, like hundreds of years, you know? So it's important to embrace them. I feel like it's, like he said, it's quiet. You don't really hear too much people talking about Black queens. Like, you should look at yourself as a queen, you know, and you don't hear too much about it. So I feel like they should be on a pedestal. But that starts in the home. First. You know, it starts in the home first. So as a Black man, we got to start in the home first, putting our Black women and women in general on the pedestal. And like he said, the legacy too. You know what I'm saying? Because since slavery, you know what I'm saying? We endured pain since slavery. You know what I'm saying? They had to do with a lot. Rape, beating.
Look.
Yes.
And we don't about that, you know what I'm saying? They our history books, you know, as believable as those are these days, it's
Like, you know, the worst thing that ever happened to black people was lynching, and that is absolutely incorrect. It was horrible. It was absolutely
for
horrible.
us too, for black women too.
But y'all, what we have to talk about the black women who, okay, I'm gonna put it this way. The industry of slavery thrived dependent on the black women.
Yes, it did. Yes,
black
it did.
bodies continuously coming out of black women to be in served, you know, in servitude. So it's like, if it was not for black women, we would not have had American chattel slavery.
Yeah,
we wouldn't have had it. There were farms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black women and black. So it's like, yo, there's so much. When I say the legacy, Tim, you're hitting it on the head. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And we don't talk about it enough. Every film, for the most part, even when it talks about slavery or whatever the case, when you see it, it's typically from a man's perspective. And it's typically because the man is like, I'm so strong.
Yeah.
So now they have my woman or my wife or my sister or whatever, and I can't do anything about it. And so the audience member gets to see, oh man, that must suck, not having all this strength, but still not being able to protect her.
Yeah.
We see it in films. Black men have been trying to protect black women for years, decades. But it's like, when it's societally, you know what I'm saying, when it's ripped out of you, when you're torn apart from it, we didn't even get the perspective of what she dealt with.
Yeah.
And then how she got over it.
Yeah.
And continued to progress. So the legacy is absolutely important.
Yeah.
And we get that. We get that from you guys, that a lot of what it took to protect us, a lot of the know-how, a lot of the knowledge and the foundation of what it would take was stripped from you at such an early time of our legacies. You know, during those times, you were basically not given the rightful, how can I say, you were not rightfully given the opportunity to protect us, because it was stripped from you. It was taken from you. Your rights were violated. You had to watch us suffer. You had to watch us go through the things that we went through while you stood there helplessly with tears in your eyes, with conviction, you know, hurt because there was nothing that you could do. And then that's why we have discussions like these. This is why we go into session and we come and we have open discussion between us, amongst us, you, Tim, LQ, T Rob, Billy, me, you know, and any guests that we've had on the Talk Spot Live after show. We have these open dialogues because we want to talk not just about what's going on in the Black community, because we've talked generalized in previous shows, but we talk about what affects us, because if you look at the cast, we are us. You know what I mean? We are all colored. So we talk from the perspective of what we know. You know, we can't speak from the perspective of a white person or an Asian person, although we embrace the unity of all races. We have a no bully zone, no racism zone. We don't condone anything that would hurt the equality or the rights of anyone, regardless of what it is, gender, orientation, sexual orientation, none of that. But we speak from a perspective of what we know, and what we know is how to be Black. That's all we know. We know how to be colored folk. So in closing, I just want to say to our listeners and those who are tuning in, we always try to make sure that the message that we have during these sessions is conveyed. And what we originally was talking about was the alpha woman, translated the strong woman, and how to protect her. And in our dialogue, it went both ways, though. We talked too about what that looked like, what that protection looked like. And then the fact that Black men want exactly what we want too, whether they know how to talk about it, or, you know, whether they know how to vocalize it or not, they still want what we want. So the basis of this show is just to come together and say, you know, let's just all love each other. Let's protect each other. This submissiveness, this partnership, this equal trust, you know, this equal love, this loyalty, commitment, all of those things that we talked about. We just want to promote that today. And again, we want to just say thank you to our legacies. We want to say big ups to our new Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. Just say, hey, world, thank you for President Joe Biden and for the fact that he chose such a woman as Madam Vice President Kamala Harris to stand beside him as he, leads this world. And because of that, we are grateful, and we just want and hope that the world will give them a chance. Give them a chance. Don't slight her because of the fact that she looks like this. Give her a chance to prevail within a world that is so distorted and so messed up right now, and has been for the last 4 years, just about. So we thank y'all. My book, y'all. www.cookie with a KOOKIE Maddox MADDOX.com. Please support me. Living life beyond the mess. My mess, God's message. Y'all, it's a story about being resilient and living beyond the residuals of what we're talking about now, that trauma that has such a bearing on how a woman is perceived, how she operates, and how she performs within the many roles that she has in this world. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. Very deep session. I closed out with a little bit of emotion because I feel very, very happy and very strong about the message that we just put out. And I think that we were able to convey that successfully and thoroughly. Y'all be good out there. Be safe. Do what you got to do to make sure that you're good. Men, love that Black woman.
Yes.
Black woman, love that Black man.
Yes.
Embrace them. Embrace us. Let's unite, y'all, and let's get through what we got coming up against us as partners and as teammates. We love y'all, and until next time, we will see y'all later. Peace.